Hello, viewers. This is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary series, and it looks like we've got green-white tokens versus blue-black control. Tokens currently has a Sylvan Advocate and a Nissa Vastwood Seer, which he's attacking in with, and blue-black has Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Now, he did just play a Transgress the Mind, which, that's revealed, which got rid of Gisela. So, bad news for green-white. Throws down a Duskwatch Recruiter, and the rest of green-white's hand was Forest, Duskwatch Recruiter, Declaration in Stone, and Bruna, the Fading Light. So, like I said, unfortunate that it was Transgress the Mind because, theoretically he could play Bruna and bring back Gisela. But she's in exile now. Languish! Ouch. That's really good right there. It does mean that he did lose Jace, but in that situation, he wrecked green-white's board. Sylvan Advocate. And he's getting stuck on some mana. Because as far as we know, he still has Bruna and Declaration in Stone in his hand. Declaration in Stone needs a target, really, and typically blue-black doesn't play a whole lot of creatures, so Declaration in Stone might end up being a dead card. And Bruna costs 7 mana. So Liliana gives Sylvan Advocate -2/-1, so it can't hurt her. And because he missed his land drop last turn, if he had played a land this turn, if things had gone right, it would have become a 4/5, and he would have been able to hit her, not kill her. Duskwatch Recruiter. That could prove the key card for green-white to make a comeback here. Since, 3 mana lets him search 3 and possibly find a creature. Alright, blue-black is paying quite a bit of mana, 4 mana so far. What's he gonna do? Another Languish? That would be pretty bad for green-white. Since at that stage we would know that he'd be effectively top-decking. Nope, Grasp of Darkness to kill off Sylvan Advocate. And then Liliana can give the Duskwatch Recruiter -2/-1 to make it ineffective in combat. And he's still got 3 cards in hand and 3 blue mana, which means he probably has a counterspell since, it's a control deck. Alright, green-white is activating Duskwatch Recruiter. No cards found. Okay. Or no cards. Puts no cards into their hands, so. No cards played, though, so it transforms into the Howler, which is a 3/3 and makes his creatures cost 1 generic less. One more card, or one more land, and if this stays in play, he could play Bruna. Let's see, Liliana, -2, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard, and then you may return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. That's not really that good, to be honest. Though, it could get him Jace back. But it would mean that Kralin Horde Howler would be able to kill her. Unless he had something else he could play. Okay, Transgress the Mind. Gets rid of Bruna, the Fading Light, leaves him with Dramoka's Command and Declaration in Stone. He did activate Liliana. So now the pair are in the exile zone. So, Evolutionary Leap. Now that could be helpful considering this is a control deck and green-white's creatures could be killed at any time. So in goes the Howler, hits Liliana for 1. And, it kind of feels like the blue-black deck is, like a cat playing with a mouse at this point, but then again, he has a pretty low hand count, so most likely he doesn't have the cards to really do anything to kill the green-white deck at this point, just to be able to control what's going on. Dark Petition, and he definitely has Spell Mastery, so he'll get the 3 black mana. Whether or not he's going to use it or not, I mean, because you could Dark Petition in this situation, get something like a Ruinous Path, and then just use the 3 black mana you got. He goes with Grasp of Darkness, Evolutionary Leap. The Duskwatch finds a Sylvan Advocate. He's still 1 land short of it coming into play as a 4/5. And +1 on Liliana because it says up to 1 target creature. So you can choose 0 creatures. Just like with Jace. There's the Sylvan Advocate. He got another land, so it's a 4/5. Unfortunately, he can't attack with it this turn because it doesn't have haste. So it gives the blue-black deck a chance to respond and kill it before it can do anything. Or bounce it, which is just as good. Hedron Archive. And murder! He is murdering the Sylvan Advocate. Oh, wow. He activates Evolutionary Leap to get a use out of it since it was going to die, and finds Thalia Heretic Cathar. Non-basic lands and creatures your opponents control come into play tapped. Well, he does play quite a few non-basic lands. This one comes into play tapped anyway. This one comes into play tapped anyway unless you have basic lands. This one comes into tapped anyway unless you reveal, so don't see that she's going to have too much of an effect. He could ultimate Liliana right here. Since -2, -1 would still, I was going to say, still leave her with 1 power, so he'd get +1, it would hit for 1, and neutralize the situation. So, he goes with the emblem since it would be the most effective thing. And if things continue for very long, this emblem is going to take control of this game. Oh wow, 8 mana from blue-black. What is he going to play? Epiphany at the Drown Yard, maybe? Beginning of your end step. End step? I thought it was your upkeep. End step's even better. X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield where X is 2 plus the number of zombies you control. So at the bare minimum, you're getting 2 zombie tokens every turn. Obnixilis. Okay. Say goodbye to Thalia. And green-white concedes. I don't blame him. He got a really rough go there. Blue-black had all the answers when he needed them every time. And, things were just not going to go well for him. An endless stream of zombies, him being able to kill off the creatures that you may be able to play. It was just going to end inevitably in blue-black's victory anyway. So, unfortunately for green-white. But this video is almost 10 minutes long, so I'm going to end it here. bad run from green whites. It just happens sometimes, and sometimes runs well for blue black, which is what we had here. So that was green white tokens with new cards. Honestly, I don't see why you play Bruna, since it's like a 1 in a million shot that you're gonna have Gisela Bruna in play and still have them in play when you want them to transform. But, that's just me. So, that was green white tokens versus blue black control, and if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.